So when we're going into this soft era, this divine feminine era, just really getting in touch with our feminine side, this really shouldn't be a trend. This really should already be a thing where women feel safe physically, emotionally, or mentally. But just now being painted in this softer canvas of after years of just being hardened by disrespect and abuse. Women have been hardened by disrespect and abuse, and men have been hardened by belittlement and humiliation, because all women want is security. They want to feel secure in their feelings. They want to still feel secure in their home, that they're going to be taken care of and loved on. And men want to be honored. They want to know that they are going to be exalted and lifted up for what they have done. I have brought you the bacon, the woman. I will help you cook it if you ask, because we're all about equality these days, right? So, going into the soft girl era, just the canvas that is painting and what that looks like. And, I don't want the lines to get construed, because we don't want social media to become our therapist. Now, do we? We don't want to fall into those lines where social media has become our guru. We depend on it for our news, for our current events, for our current affairs. If we didn't see it on Facebook, then it's basically like it didn't happen. If we didn't see it on Twitter, if a celebrity didn't tweet it, then it's not hot. You know what I'm saying? If the Instagram post did not go viral, you know what I'm saying, then, it's not that. We got to get out of these ideologies, because now we're making social media our guru and not our creator, not the most high, not the reason why you are here. We're here. We deal with it. We have to deal with it. What are you going to do about it? I mean, you're going to just take yourself out of the game? Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? You could impact some type of change, some type of vibration to the people who are here and around you. So if you start looking at your life like, I'm not just here for myself, I'm here to do other stuff for other people, and it's going to be fulfilling. And then I'll have exciting stories to tell when I'm old and I get ready to go. And, the next legacy comes behind me with these wonderful stories to tell. And that is how we keep the high vibes, because I said in the previous video, we are going to be talking about low vibrational versus high vibrational. And, since Facebook hating on a nigga and I can't be live and whatnot, I can actually look some stuff up that I might not have caught in my notes for the low vibe versus high vibes. I want to give y'all some different emotions and things like that you may be operating in when you're being a little low vibrational, being a little toxic in negativity, or operating in high vibrational. And the highest vibrational is enlightenment, knowledge of self, baby. So, I'm just at a place where I can say, while we're talking about the soft girl thing or whatever, I am in a place of peace, okay? Where I feel like I can freely express myself, and all of my aspirations and hobbies, as well as my occupation, kind of fall together and create this life where I don't have to worry so much. You shouldn't really worry at all. Just take care of your business. Take care of your business. Take care of your family, love your neighbor, love yourself, love your creator, those things. Let everything align with that, and then everything else to be taken care of, because you cannot do away with the problems of the world. But we don't want you to leave it before you fulfilled your purpose either, because I am a person who believes in regeneration, because I feel like even with the decades that have went past in certain eras, that I've lived other lives. You know what I'm saying? This thing that I was reading really resonated with me when it said, doing like my numerology, like, I had to come back because I wasn't a very nice person to women. I don't know if it was masculine, I don't know if it was feminine, but it just said in a previous life I was not a nice person, and I feel like that is my purpose this time. And I feel like I'm in alignment, that I'm like really getting it right this time. Like, I really do feel like we do travel over time in spirit, because how do you kill spirit? How do you kill spirit. How do you really kill spirit? You know what I'm saying? You can lose your soul, but you can't kill spirit. You know what I'm saying? It goes and it lives on. That's why we create legacies. That's why we honor ancestors. The spirit that I have is just a spirit that came before me, that is in the world now, here to, one, break my generational curses so that the seeds and things that I plant, which are the humans, we are trees, and these little things, these seeds that we plant, these are humans that come up in the world and, you know, be humans. Just try to make them the best humans that you can. Try to make them the best humans that you can, because it's hard out here. Be careful with getting into the soft era, especially with the men coming into their awakening and shaking period. So I think we need to reiterate that Mars and Gemini, that retrograde, is definitely going to be an awakening and shaking period for the men folk. For the ones who want to do better, the ones who are ready to pursue their dreams, their goals, and careers. Sorry, that's that twang. That their careers. This will be a testing ground, but you will also be rewarded. So, you know, don't fold under that fire of Mars. Mars can be a taskmaster when it comes to getting things done. Is there? You need something out of here? Who is that? You need something out of here?
I need to get some water in my throat. It's good.
That's why I want to go to that dry school. Go ahead. Oh. So for the men who want to do better, pursue their dreams, their goals, their careers, this will be a testing ground, okay? But you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded. For men who choose to remain ignorant to this shift and the inner voice that is leading them to their highest self, you will self-destruct. So pay attention. Pay attention. This is an awakening for the men. This is a call to the men. Mars is all about that masculine energy. Gemini, all about communication, you know, saying what you need. So there'll be an overflow of downloads. So stick to the core plan and be open to change, okay? I know it sounds like how I'm going to do both. You're going to have to figure out how to do them at the same damn time. You're going to have to be open to change, but sticking to that core plan. Write it down, you know, at least 3 things in your plan that you have to stick to, and then make a list of things that may be up for change. Like if you're starting a brand, you know, is your logo going to be up to change? Maybe you decide like the mission statement is not changing. That's what I want. That's how I should stay. The vision statement not changing. That's how I want. That's how I should stay. The logo not changing. That's what I want. That's how it should stay. But maybe the colors, maybe the packaging. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by sticking to the core plan, but also being open to change, because the world is changing. And once we make this shift, especially with this Mars retrograde, you want to be on the other side of it. So make sure that you aren't getting so stuck on the same thing or so stuck on consistency. There is a difference between being consistent and stale, okay? Ideas can get stale. It's not consistent. There's a difference between being a routine and being stale. You know, we have to have a routine. I have to get up 6 o'clock in the morning. We're earlier than that now. And, you know, make sure everybody looks presentable. And make sure they eat, because we gonna be late out the door before y'all leave the house hungry. We not doing that. And you know, go throughout my day, work my shift, and luckily I work from home, so I try to get things done here in the house. I got a living room for the laundry right now. I don't want to talk about it, but you know, that's the routine. Basically, that's what I'm saying. That's the routine. Those are responsibilities. That part of the routine is responsibilities. Now let's talk about the parts of the routine that can easily get stale. Okay. Once you aren't once it becomes like a verbatim, you know what I mean? Something that you repeat over and over and over and over again, but it's not working. It's stale. It's stale. It means you need something fresh. You need something else to happen. And luckily, we're under a new moon where all the fresh and all the new things happen, okay? So like I said, awakening and shaking period, we're talking about Mars retrograde in Gemini, which is going to be starting on the 30th, and it is going to be till January 12th of 2023. 2023 is going to be a blowout year. It is going to be the setup for some major changes, okay? So make sure you are staying 10 toes down. Like I said, there's going to be an overflow of downloads, so stick to the core plan, but be open to change, okay? This warlike energy, Mars, the warrior fucking planet, could cause conflict with peers, okay? Peers. And when I say peers, people your age, your neighbors, your co-workers, your siblings, or relatives that may be around your age, your cousins. So watch out for the gossip. Watch out for the gossip. And this had me like, I got a wedding coming up. I don't want no smoke, okay? I don't want no smoke with the universe, okay? I don't want nobody gossiping, none of that, okay? But it's gonna be small, it's gonna be intimate. You know, I'm not worried about no gossip. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm staying out of people's business, okay? And find you a workout buddy. Find you a workout buddy. Mars in Gemini may have you having this chaotic, pent up, angry energy. If you are having some, you know, some things that's triggering you, you're getting angry a lot, find you a workout buddy, get you some exercise. It's always great to exercise when you're feeling like that, especially on this Mars or Gemini placement going to be in retrograde. It may have you thinking about your routine or trying to walk back some things, because I know the older we get, the more fitness focused we should become, and most people do become. Watch who you run your mouth to. Watch who you run your mouth to. That's why I said don't be gossiping, okay? Because you just want to tell somebody. You tell anybody knowing that they'll tell somebody who going to also tell somebody. And by the time it get back to the somebody it was about, it's a whole nother story and a fight break out, okay? We don't want to do that. So make sure that you are staying away from people who always got some shady shit to say, okay? I don't like that. I'm the type of person, I don't like that. I don't like that funny shit. I don't like that I was just playing all the time. You play a lot. You play a whole lot. And now it's getting to the point where I don't think you're playing anymore. I think that's how you really feel. I don't like the little, you know, the little fake jokes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The little jokes that really be shade. Watch out for them people. Especially around this time, you know, a fight could break out. You may not be able to contain yourself. You're going to be sensitive, okay? You don't want to hear that shit. If they always got some shady shit to say, it's a no. And if they always complaining, bye, okay? All that complaining, no. We have to protect. We have to protect ourselves, because I'm going to tell you something. Complaining opens up a door of discontent. And when people are discontent, they start fault finding. And once you start fault finding and flaw finding, you start tapping away at your self-worth, your self-esteem, your confidence, because you're finding flaws. But like I said, we're mirrors. So, you know, before you go fault finding and flaw finding in somebody else, take a look in the mirror. And if there is something in them that's irritating you, do an inventory of yourself, and you like, it's not me, it's you, then feel free to let them go head on. But we shouldn't be putting up with unnecessary friction in the name of humanity, okay? Because that's not what humanity is about. Humanity is about freedom. The idea of humanity was this idea of freedom. Humans didn't want to be restricted to the same concepts and laws that the creators did. The created did not want to submit to the creator or creators, okay? So now we are humans and we have free will. So you need to understand, with this human experience, there's going to be some questions. There's going to be some turmoil. There's going to be some trauma. There's going to be some triggers. There's going to be some ups, some downs, some highs, and some lows. And in all of that, I don't want to hear your fucking complaining. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. This shit sucks for everyone. Are you not watching TV? Have you not turned on the news since 2020? I have no complaints. I have no complaints right now. I have all of my children. They are at about 94%. I'll leave 6% for error. Okay, since the pandemic, I'm doing the best I can. It's a lot of them. I'm holding on to my faith. Okay, holding on to my family and holding on to my finances. Faith, family, and finances. I have that. So I don't want to complain, and I don't want to hear nobody else complaining either. You got to protect your name and your identity around this time, literally and spiritually, okay? You got to understand that Gemini has a energy that's very much connected to technology. You know what I'm saying? And with Mars being in retrograde and all this warlike energy, there is going to be some hacking and some scamming and some spamming going on, okay? A little bit more of it than you would see during a Mercury retrograde and a much more aggressive pace, okay? Because we're talking about Mars energy here. So you got to make sure that you're protecting your identity and your name, which also means spiritually. And I'm going to say it one more time because I said it before in a previous video that Mars and Gemini does bring a serious gossip energy, but retrograde is going to make us have to walk a few things back. So if you're thinking about some shit you said a couple months ago, if you think it might be time to run it back, it's probably going to run itself back. Okay? So protect your name and identity and stay out of gossip. And if you have any unresolved issues where your name might be in something, you might want to handle that before it handles you. Gemini is definitely a sign of the people. So don't try to navigate through this alone, okay? Don't try to navigate through this retrograde. Don't try to navigate through this Scorpio season alone, okay? Toxic relations are going to be very tempting, but don't start no shit. There won't be any. It's going to be very tempting, and because Mars is this planet of sexual energy. So like I was saying before, all the planets have their say-so in how certain things work. Jupiter has something to do with money. Venus has something to do with money. And Pluto has something to do with money. Each of these planets have their hand in something, the way things work. So with relations, Pluto has something to do with relations. Mars has something to do with relations. Venus has something to do with relations, okay? You get what I'm saying? But when we're looking at this Mars and Gemini retrograde, it can turn very toxic. So don't be trying that time out so you can cheat. That's toxic. Don't be trying to take no time out just so you can cheat because you see somebody else you like, but you don't want to let this person go. So y'all do the fake breakup and fake time out so you can go do what you want to do. The toxic ex with your good shit. Stay away. Stay away. I know it's good to you, but don't do it. Don't you do it. It's toxic. You're going to regret it. I promise you, when this retrograde is over, by the end of, by New Year's, you're going to regret it. So don't. And crossing friendship boundaries. If they've been in the friend zone all this time, why you want to put them out right now? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. If they've been in the friend zone all this time, why do you want to pull them out now? Look, take a deep look at yourself. Scorpio is going to give you the energy that you really need to reflect on that information, okay? So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm pleading you, don't make any toxic decisions. If they are out of your life, if they are in that space, leave them there, at least until after the retrograde. Give yourself some time to think about it. Focus on you, okay? Focus on you, and whatever is for you will align and fall into place, but don't go picking up problems that you are supposed to be letting go of, okay? It's a new moon. It's a new moon, and there's a solar eclipse, and things that we usually do under eclipse, they stay that way, okay? They stay that way. So when we think about a new moon, so what does the moon stand for? The moon stands for our emotions, our responses, our intuition, okay? So this is a new emotion, new responses, and new intuition. Fresh ground to plant or water, or a blank slate. This is where we start over. This is where we start the cycle over, where we plant new seeds and we water them. So it's going to be in Scorpio, the sign of intensity and soul searching. Like I said, it's going to get deep. It's going to get deep. You're going to have to go inside. You can't find the answers in your partner. You're not going to find the answers in your parents. This is not one of those times where we soul search and we look for our inner child and our daddy and our mommy issues, or issues we may have with our family members and whatnot. That's not the time that we go looking for this. You're only looking for you. We're only looking for us right now, okay? Exciting, passionate, powerful, and intuitive are the sensual, loving traits that we love so much about Scorpio. What we do not like about Scorpio is that sometimes they can get jealous, and not sometimes, all the time. Not just over stuff, over anything. Jealous, secretive, can be obsessive, and they are stubborn as shit. Scorpios are stubborn. They are fixed sign, okay? But they are very in tune with things of the subconscious, okay? They can pick up on vibes that other people can't pick up on. They can love on people a way that other people can't love on people, because they just love so deep and they feel so deep, okay? So this is a season where you have to investigate. Scorpios, if you don't got no Scorpio on your team, you are missing out. Those are the real FBI, CIA, DIA, alphabet boys, okay? They can find anything about anyone from anywhere. They do not mind digging into sources of information. These are definitely the ones that will hit up, hey, you know, such and such and this and that. They don't care about getting into it with whoever. They're going to get their information. They're going to get their answer. They are investigators. So this is the season where we tap into that energy and we investigate ourselves, reading between the lines and paying attention. I already said it once and I'm going to say it again. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention, okay? Listen to understand, and not to argue or debate or sound like the smartest person in the room. I am very smart, but I know that I am not always the smartest person in the room, and I don't have a problem listening to understand. When I don't understand, I'm going to ask some questions. But we don't got to argue. So, because you'll miss it. You'll miss it. You'll miss it. You're missing the point of moving in silence when you do that, okay? It's all about the deeper meaning with the 8th house, and that is the house that Pluto rules over. The 8th house is all about the deeper meaning. So like I said, planets often have their hands in some things at the same time, and they all create this picture of what it is in your chart. Sex isn't just about pleasure when we're talking about 8th house. It's talking about deepest desires, the root. That's what I'm saying. So when we're thinking about a solar eclipse and new moon Scorpio, this is your opportunity to manifest different roots, to pull up some roots that are not working, and to plant a new seed of your deepest desires, which you really, 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 really want. I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Then tell me what y'all want, what y'all really, really want. Money. It's not about getting money. It's about how you choose to invest the seeds that you plant. Life insurance. This is an excellent time to consider life insurance. This is an excellent time for me to consider renewing my life insurance license. It all working together for me as we were just talking about it out loud. I'm holding myself accountable to all of you now that I need to renew my life insurance license so I can start putting my people on to things that $14 a month. Anywhere between $14 and $21 a month, you can have life insurance. Stop thinking about, see, the problem is every time I say life insurance, you're thinking death, dead, deceased. Okay? That's not what I'm talking about. A lot of people were able to set the next generation up, and that's why they scare us. They spook us out of doing certain stuff because they want us to hear death when we hear life insurance, when they know that's how a lot of them built their wealth, and a lot of them were able to borrow off of their policy when they got to a certain age. They weren't dead yet. They didn't have to wait till they died to collect off the policy because they had a cash value policy. See, that's a whole nother conversation. So this is what we talk about when we talk about Scorpio and making plans for the new moon. Investments. That's an investment. Like signing up to get life insurance, signing up to get a 401k, signing up to get some type of account that can grow and help build your wealth, messing with your credit and not messing with it, like, because that make it sound like scamming. Not like that. I mean, like, you know, really dibbling and dabbling and taking care of your credit. Taking care of your credit and things like that. These are things that we consider therapy. Anything that's going to help us nourish our roots is what we really take into consideration under Scorpio. And that's one thing that I love about Scorpio. I love that mystery. I love that depth. I love Scorpio moons. And I love Scorpio moon. Deep-rooted psychological issues also come to the surface. And like I said, I plan on going to therapy. I'm not saying it because something is going on in my life. I'm not having any scattering or anything like that. I feel like I'm in a very solid place. But just because I don't want to be triggered later down the line because I felt like I was too good in a place that I didn't need therapy. I want to show people that no matter how much self-healing I did, because I did, it was self-healing, you know, through love, of course, of my support system around me, through reverencing a creator and acknowledging the fact that I am not the source, that I come from a different source and I need to be watered as well. Not just through that energy, but I want to show people that therapy is okay. No matter how okay you think you are, it's okay to talk to someone. And while I have the resources to do so, I'm going to take advantage, because even as a leader, even as a healer, you have to have healers and other people to talk to. And that's what a therapist is. They're a mental healer. Okay. So as a leader, as a healer, as a mother, as someone who is responsible for other people, you need to seek therapy, mentorship, and things like that. Okay. All right. So, the solar eclipse is about bringing things to the surface because the sun is blocked so you can see. I don't know why I wrote that down. It's just a download. You take it however you want to take it. But the sun is blocked during the eclipse so that you can see. And the solar eclipse is about bringing things to the surface, things that are bothering you. Things you're losing interest in. Don't you hate when you really, really, really love something, or you really, really loved someone and all of a sudden you don't like them anymore? You don't like it anymore? This happens under a solar eclipse because once it's kaput under the solar eclipse, it's done. It's done for. If you don't want it anymore, then let it go under the eclipse. So, I feel like I have a little bit more to say before we get into low vibrational, high vibrational about this solar eclipse, because I really want you guys to understand what is going on with that. You know, just to kind of take it back. So it is a new moon. We're manifesting. Okay. We are setting our intentions. We are becoming in tune with our emotions, our responses, and our intuition with what we really want so we can make a plan. It is in Scorpio. So the place where you need to be looking for this plan is inside. Okay? And Scorpio is the ruler of the 8th house, which is the house of sex, death, and taxes, and transformation. Okay? But not just sex. All right? Remember what I said? Desire. Not just taxes. Inheritances and investments and growing our money. Not just death. Transformation. Rebirth. Okay? We have to change the way that we look at things. This is a constant energy that keeps flowing. If you keep feeling like living in fear because you feel like your energy is going to be stopped or you're not going to be able to fulfill your purpose, you never will. You're going to manifest it for yourself. You're going to project that onto yourself. Now that'll bring me into low vibrational energy and high vibing energy. And I think some of you already know why I'm bringing this up, because I keep hearing the word across the internet of low vibrational and high vibrational. But you already know, if you've already been on a journey to your higher self, vibe is a word that already erupted. But low vibrational and high vibrational, what are we talking about here? So have you ever experienced something so negative that it completely drained all the energy out of you? Like, I just need to go lay down and take a nap. nap, and you didn't wake up to the next day, that's how traumatic it was. Have you ever had something occur or been around a person that made you feel so energetic, like you didn't even need sleep? When something positive happens, you just can't even go to sleep. You're so excited. You are a light source, okay? And you cannot let people drain you. You cannot let adversity or hardships drain you. It will disable you and push you into survival mode. And survival mode is a terrible place to be, because this is how I describe survival mode. Survival mode is basically you only being able to take care of your bare necessities and not having time for anything else pleasurable or creative or anything that is going to fulfill or feed your soul. Being in survival mode is basically only being able to exist on the physical plane. You're only able to exist on the physical plane. You only want to eat and you only want to sleep, and you only want to stimulate your brain with some type of entertainment, as that is also a part of the reason why people go crazy in isolation. You have to have brain stimulation. You have to have entertainment. You just can't be left with your own thoughts. You can't be left with your own inner dialogue for extremely long periods of time without tweaking. You're going to tweak. You're definitely going to tweak. So, being in survival mode means that you're only able to live on, that you're only existing on that plane. So if you're at a place in your life where it feels like the only thing you can do is eat, sleep, and watch TV, eat, sleep, watch TV, eat, sleep, watch TV, you don't want to do any other activities, you are in a very low vibrational state and work, of course, because you have to pay for the streaming services and have to pay your bills for your Wi-Fi and be able to drive back and forth and, you know, get to the grocery store and all the other little small places that you might go, get fast food, gas station, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real life interactions that feed your soul, running into meaningful people who like to do the things that you do, participating in art and music and creativity, or, you know, sewing, knitting, whatever it is, cooking, whatever it is that makes you feel your most creative self. Are you able to tap into those things? If you are not, then you are in survival mode, sweetie, and it is time for you to get up. Something is draining you. Take a look at the things that you have plugged in at this time, okay? What have you plugged in that needs to be unplugged so you can get some of your energy back? All right? And don't forget self-medicating, okay? I didn't put that in there. If you only want to eat, sleep, self-medicate, and work so you're able to eat, sleep, and self-medicate, then you're in survival mode. And you should be thriving. You are so much more. You are so much more. The world wants to see you. If you are watching this video, then this is already an indication that you know that you have so much more in you than eating, sleeping, self-medicating, and working. You know what I'm saying? You don't have time to spend with the people you love. You don't even have time to spend with yourself. So how do you have time to spend it with your love? You're not operating in self-love. And that is low vibrational. That means that something is pulling your frequency down to where you don't have the energy to do other things that make you feel self-aware, that make you feel enlightened, that make you feel free, that make you feel like you still have purpose, to make you feel like you still have hope. We are all energy frequencies, but we are just being contained by this body. This is just holding a bunch of frequency. Ain't no way y'all gonna tell me that the main function of my brain is that right now, while I'm talking, my brain is steady sending messages and they are steady coming out at the speed that they are coming out right now. That I'm talking with my hands and my brain is doing that. It's deeper than that. It's a frequency thing. It's a frequency thing. It's not just nerves. How do nerves travel then? They ain't little sperm, little blood cells going to my brain all fast. They're signals, electrical signals, okay? They taught you that in science. There are signals, which means what? This body is only a meat suit, okay? You are energy frequency, and you do not have to be dragged down, okay? Vibes are everything. They tell you everything that is not being said. That's why we have words like narcissist and empath, because basically narcissists are not in tune to the vibe. They are on their own frequency and it's all about them. Empaths are tapping into everything that is around them. Listen to the vibe. Read the fucking room, okay? Low vibrational. So let's take a look at what we could label as low vibrational, because it's frequency. And how do we measure frequency? We measure it in hertz. That's why people who use sound bowls, who know those frequencies, who make those meditation videos, all of those certain frequencies are appealing to the frequency on the inside of you, raising your vibration and clearing negative vibes. Okay? So let's take a look. I looked up some stuff that I wanted to share with y'all. I was gonna do a little bit different when I could go live, but didn't work out that way. Didn't work out that way. Okay. All right. So can y'all see this? This is the one I seen before. This is the one I usually always see. Come on now, Google. All right, I don't know if it can really zoom in like that, but this is what you're kind of looking for. Something that kind of look like that with the lowest points, okay, being shame, and the highest being enlightenment, okay, and some things in between. But on the low vibrational end, we have shame, guilt, grief, fear. And then we start getting into desire, anger, and pride. Those are stronger emotions. But if you feel them, that just means that you're getting more in touch with yourself. Courage and neutrality. You know, neutrality is a hard feat to determine, where you don't want to pick a side. Yeah. You know, sometimes you get in more trouble for not wanting to pick a side and actually picking a damn side sometimes. Like, sometimes I need some time to think about it. I'm not ready to pick a side yet. Okay, I'm neutral right now, but don't say neutral forever, because lukewarm ain't no place to be either. Either you're hot or you're cold. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're a little warm, but either you're gonna heat it up or you're gonna cool it off and go on about your business. Okay. So make sure that you look. Google is nuts. It says, "Can I get my superpowers from raising my vibrations?" Lord, child. So look it up. Things to raise the difference between low and high vibrations. A lot of it has to do with Maslow's hierarchy. If you ever took any psychology courses or anything like that, you know, it's the same concepts, that you cannot thrive in survival mode and reach a state of happiness. And that's all I really had as far as my notes went. Now, when I was trying to go live, I was going to go ahead and do a reading. And look, y'all. Look at this. This is the other reason why I wanted to go live. So let me show y'all. So I'm going to put my elbow on the table so it'll be stable. And we're still. So watch this. Show me your yes. Show me your no. So this is what I wanted to do with y'all tonight. I wanted to see if y'all want to do some yes or no questions. We can talk to the pendulum. I like my little pendulum. I've had it for a while. I've had it maybe for a couple of years now. And I usually use it for location stuff. You know what I'm saying, when I'm looking at the map. Because I know I have to leave my hometown, but it seems like it's a little bit more complicated than me just packing up and leaving right now at this point. So, you know, I've been making sure. I've been doing astrocartography or relocation astrology. And I've also worked with my pendulum a while ago before I got into the astrocartography. And they pretty much pointed me in the same direction. So, you know, I'm really just praying on that, you know, seeing what the next move is for that. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the rest of this video. I will be doing readings for y'all on live when they give me my live back, but I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video so y'all can catch the rest of this message. So I want you guys to get a piece of paper to write some things down, you know what I'm saying, that you really want to do, that you really want to work on. We'll be having a vision board party, Friendsgiving, with the social support group, my brother, my sister, that we're going to be bringing everyone together. Come together right now over me. That's my time. Let me get up out of here. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Good night.